Hello my amazing people, Hamza here and welcome back to the channel. I think most of you have realized that I've kind of not been releasing videos in the last couple of weeks. That was because I was making some changes in my studio and at the same time, putting back myself in the right state of mind. Okay, without any further ado, in this video I want to take you through the new exciting Elementor Kits library that was just released last month. I really wanted to make a video about this, but I was in the middle of so many things that was happening. So I was like, anytime I'm back into making the tutorials on the channel, I'll have absolutely to make something about the Elementor Kits. And guess what? Before I knew, Elementor wrote to me and was asking me to actually make a video about these kits, which actually caught my attention at the same time drove my interest in checking out the new kits library. So for you who are new to Elementor Kits, I want to mention that Envato has actually been creating kind of complete Elementor templates or kits. And I actually made a video on the channel about the Envato template kits, which you guys actually loved so much. I see over here the like to dislike ratio kind of shows that you guys love the video, and also when I scroll down here in the comments, I realize that actually most of you loved the video. But now the interesting thing is that Elementor has also created an amazing library of Elementor kits. And just like over here on the release page, you realize that there is actually 5 for the free Elementor users and 65 for pro users of Elementor and 20 for expert users of Elementor. And maybe you're questioning what's the difference between the pro and free kits built by Elementor. Well, in the free Elementor kits, well, you can use them on your pro and free Elementor website, or if you're using the free version of Elementor. But also if you want to access more advanced things like creating single pages, archive pages, WooCommerce pages, or pop-ups, well then you'll have to have the pro version of Elementor so that you can access the pro kits, which have most of these things inbuilt in them. And maybe to give you a heads up what actually the Elementor kits bring you, I mean, these are professionally designed Elementor complete websites that you simply can import into your default install of WordPress. Of course, you'll have to create a menu and then add the pages, and then you're good to go. Of course, you'll have to make some changes to maybe the content to customize the website look and feel, but it's a complete website, perfectly responsive on all devices, and obviously looking great. So maybe your question is, how do you get started using the Elementor kits? Well, that's why I'm making this video. Let's get started. So over here I have my website. I only have Elementor plugin, the pro and the free version installed. But first I want to show you how you can import and also export a free Elementor kit, and later on I'll show you how you can actually customize a little bit of the sections and also get your website up and running using an Elementor kit. You'll simply have to come over here to Elementor, come to settings, come over here to experiments, and make sure that you have the import and export feature active. By active, it should be in green. If it's not in green, you can simply just click over here, activate, and please make sure that you save changes. But by default, it will actually be active. Anyway, now when you are done with that, we are going to come over here to templates, and we are going to come over here to kit library. All right, this is where the food is served. So you can actually search through the template kits. You can browse based on the categories or even the tags, just like you see over right here. Let me say tours. All those kits are tour based. They'll show up over here. If I want magazine, so magazine kits or templates will show up over here. If I'm not using tags and maybe I'm using categories, obviously I can just come over here and select, let me say, travel and tourism, I think creative, and over here they show up. Those that are free, they just simply look like this, but those that are pro, they will actually have a pro icon. All those for the expert license users, they have something that looks just like this. Once you choose a template kit that you would want to check out, you can simply just click on it, and over here Elementor gives you all the possibilities to browse through and look through the kit if it can actually do for you the job. And over right here you can navigate to the different pages of that kit. I really like the creativity exhibited in these kits by Elementor, and I would actually give them a 5 out of 5. And the contact page over here, I like the fading animations. and this emphasis over here, and also perfectly responsive, that is on tablet. Even when you check through back to the home page, look great. When we even browse it on a mobile device. Alright, so I'm going to show you exactly how you can get started using this exact template in your Elementor website. At the same time, how you can export it, or even how you can import your own kit that was created somewhere else, or one that you created and you simply want to use it on another website. Once you are happy with what you see, you can simply just say apply kit. Here they will ask me to actually connect my website to the Elementor account, so I'll simply just say get started. On the importing process, you'll be asked on what you want to import, whether templates, content, and site settings of that exact template kit. If you don't want specific features to be imported with this kit, you can simply deactivate. For example, if I deactivate the content by unchecking it over here, I'll not get the Elementor pages, the landing pages, the Elementor posts, and all this. But for me currently, I want to import everything, so I'll simply just say next. So it will take a few minutes to actually set up my kit on my website, and what I have to do is simply to go back to the dashboard and have a look at what my website looks like currently. So here it says your kit is live on your site and good. So I'll simply just say back to the dashboard. This was the home page before. Now I am going to simply reload this page, or actually open it up in a new tab. So by control click or command click, you see my page just came through just as it looked like in the kits library. Everything seems to work as it should. And don't worry about the header and then the footer, because these now have changed because I'm using a totally different theme, but I'm going to show you how we can fix that in a second. Let's check through the other page. Let me say the about page. So about page also looks neat. Everything seems to be in place, right? So let me look into the contact page. Also looks to be in order. But before we go into fixing up the header, let's first create our menu. So by simply coming over here to appearance, menus, we're going to create our main menu for our website. So we're going to say menu, and here I'll say it's going to be the primary menu. So I'll create the menu, then I'll assign the pages that actually belong to that menu. But before we go into assigning the pages, let's look into which pages were actually imported with this kit that we imported from Elementor. Just like you see over here, we have the about page, the contact page, the home page, then we have the workshop, and also the workshops page. These were imported with the kit. Now these others are their default pages once you're installing WordPress. So I'm simply going to delete this, so I only stay with what I want. And then also when we check into the library section, it should obviously have the media files that have been imported with the template kit that we imported. And here you go. So let's get back to our menu, and then we are going to add the pages. So we're going to say view all, and I'll add the home page, I'll add the about page, the contact page, I'll add the workshop and the workshops. So I'll say add to menu, and then I'll reorder this the way I want. I want this to be just under the workshops, and the contact page coming last in our menu. I'll simply just say save menu. Now when I come back here to our home page, which is this, I'm going to simply click here on the logo, and boom. But looks like our menu has not updated, so I'm going to come back here and I'll select that this menu is going to be our primary menu. So I'll come over here and I'll reload my home page. Alright, so now we have our menu having home, about us, and our workshops page having a level 2, which is the workshops, and also the contact page. Then next, what we actually have to do is to fix the permalinks. You see, when I click on the about page, the permalink or the page URL is a numerical page, so we don't want to have something like that. We're going to come back here to menus and we go to settings, head straight here to permalinks, and we're going to choose the post name as the permalink URL so that actually our pages will appear as the domain name / the page name. So I'll simply just say save changes. Now when I come back here to our page or our about page and I reload that page, we are going to have a more clear, understandable URL for that page. Now let's go and fix our header so it looks like as it was in that template kit when we were importing it. The basis of all this is that when Elementor is creating these template kits, they're using their own Hello Elementor theme, and so it would be best that if you want to achieve the same exact results just like it appears over there, well, you have to install the Hello Elementor theme. But that doesn't mean that these template kits don't work with other themes. Just like you see over here, I've been using the Addons theme. So I'm going to come back here to my dashboard, appearance, themes, and I'm going to install the Hello Elementor theme. I already have it here installed. I'll simply activate it on this website. There I am. I already have my Hello Elementor theme installed and activated, and I'm going to simply reload the page, and here we go. So we have our header and our footer down below here. Actually nothing is appearing in our footer, but we are going to fix that just in a while. So let's head back here to our customizer, and we're going to go to pages, and we're going to just open up one page. Let me say the home page, and we'll open it up with Elementor. Over right here, we are going to take advantage of the Hello Elementor header and footer builder. Did you know that actually Elementor released a header and footer builder in the Hello theme? If you didn't know about that, please check out this video over here in the card or in the description box below so you get to know how you can get started using the Hello Elementor header and footer builder. But let me take you briefly in this video. So once you are under here and you can't actually locate the header and footer builder, please make sure that you go back here to your Elementor dashboard, come to settings and come under here to experiments, then scroll down below here and make sure that you activate the Hello theme header and footer builder. So I'll say activate, and then I'll save changes. Once I save changes, it will turn right into green, just like you see over here. Now when I come back here to my page and I'll reload that page, so when I click over here on the hamburger icon and click over here on the site settings, now you realize that I have the header and footer builder option. Good, that's number one. Then we can click over here on the header and we can make changes on our header for the Hello theme. So in this case, we want to use the site logo. We want to show the menu and it's going to be full width. So when we come over here on the site logo, we want to use the title of the website. So you can make changes to that either under the customizer of the Hello theme by coming over here to identity, simply change the site title and the tagline. That is if you want to do so. But as well, you can do that over here. When you get back to the site settings, you can as well go down here to the settings and change the site identity. You can do it as well over right here. So either way, you can still make changes to the site title. And here we will just change the site name to Ceramic, just like Elementor made it. So I update. So we head to our site logo and we can make changes to the site logo. In this case, we want it to turn into, a more darker color, just like this. We are actually using the global colors. These color styles, all these styles, have been imported with the kit when we're importing it from the Elementor kit library. And that is what makes this actually sweet. So you don't really have to struggle a lot with the custom settings. And then also the typography, we can make changes to the typeface. So for example, if I choose maybe to use the body or the primary font, goes back to what you want. You can as well customize or further customize that text. For example, over here, I can change the font weight to, let me say, 800 to make it a little bit more vivid for your website users. We can as well make changes to our menu over right here and how it looks like. For example, the color for the menu items, we can switch that to something like that. We are basically customizing our header to make it look and feel like the way we actually want to. And also the toggle color. So if I say the toggle color, I switch this to, let me say, this color, it will automatically change, or I switch it to the secondary color, you see now it also changes. Now it goes back to how you want that to look like. So I'll just leave it in this other color, which is the primary color. Okay, back into our desktop. So we are going to go down below here to our footer. So by coming back here, select the footer option. We want actually the footer to have the site logo, all right, and the copyright in the footer. So the site logo over here is going to be not the logo but the site title, so that it appears over here. And then the text color is going to go back into the logo color, and maybe we can reduce a little bit on the font size. So we can just say something like maybe a 15. Then the copyright, which is down below here. All right, so that's how we have now customized our header, our footer, and imported a complete kit. Now let me show you also another interesting thing about the Elementor kits. All right, when you come back here to your site settings, you have this option called the design system. So under the design system, you can make changes to your global colors and the global fonts. And once you make this change, just here, it will change wherever it has been applied. That's why it's very important for you to actually learn about the design system or getting started to use a design system in your web projects, because it will save you a ton of time. If you haven't watched a video about the design system or the Elementor design system, please check out this video over here or in the description box below to get started and further your knowledge in Elementor by learning about the Elementor design system. Anyway, now let me show you a little bit of how this actually works. So under the global colors, you can set up or add colors to your website, and you can apply these colors in various sections of your web pages. Like I have shown you prior to coming into the global styles, because we could actually just go to the global icon and choose a color, and you see that color is automatically applied to a section that we were working on. When you look over here on the, let me say, the accent color, it is this color code. Let me first copy it. Now, when we change this color code here, it's going to change wherever it was applied on this website. You see what is happening? So the logo color has changed, the menu icons has changed, and every other section on this website where that color was used has automatically changed. Now, that has saved me a ton of time of having to go to every section, every widget, every element to change that specific color. The same applies to all other colors that are on this website. I don't know how they pronounce this word, but it is what it is. I think it is the background color that was created. Let me first copy this code so I don't mess things around. But when I change this color here, you realize that it's being changed wherever it was applied. Now that not only works on the global colors, but also works on the global fonts. So when I close this over and come here to the global fonts, you realize that we have a number of global fonts that have been imported with this kit. In the case whereby you want to create your own global font, you can just simply say add a style and name it button text, something like that, and come down here and select the font that you want to use for your buttons, and wherever you select and apply the button text, this font or these stylings that have been applied in the global sections will be applied to that button. So I'll now delete this because I don't need it, so I'll just say delete. But now let me show you, if in case you want to customize, for example, these huge headings that were added by Elementor. I'm not saying they look bad, but I just want to show you guys how this works like. I think it is the design title. Okay, it's I see it's 12 in epilogue. Yes. So you see, now we are just going to scroll up and look elsewhere where that title was added. You see now that has changed. This has also changed because, hey, we have changed the settings of the global section. You see how it's changing. The same even over here. When we change this, you see it's, changing everywhere. The same also for the body text, the secondary text. For example, if I come over here to the body text and I change this from, this is 16, so there the body text is changing. The same also down below here. See how that looks like. Yeah, so anyway, that's how you can get started playing around with the global colors and the global fonts for Elementor. But what makes it a beauty is that Elementor has made this to actually work in their template kits. Before my experience with the Envato kits that have been made by different designers, some of those kits would actually have these global stylings and working perfectly well. But then on some other kits that you would fall onto, well, it would be terrible. So anyway, if you want to check out some Elementor kits or Elementor template kits from Envato, I'm going to leave a link right down in the description box below, just like you see some of them over here. Anyway, when you come over here to Envato, make sure that you select the Elementor category and then select the template kits, and over here you'll have a variety to choose from that have been added over in the Envato catalog, just like you see some of them over here. Okay, so we look into importing a template kit into our Elementor website from the Elementor kit library. All right, so now how do we actually export a kit that we want to use somewhere else from our Elementor website? Inside your dashboard, you're going to simply come over here to Elementor, come down here to Tools. We are now exporting a kit, and come over here to Import/Export a kit, and we are simply going to say Export a kit. So here it will ask us what kind of things we want to export, but there is something important, which is the kit information. So here we can name our kit and say ceramic edited kit, and here you can say made a few. All right, so I'm going to say export. So it will put together everything, export that file, and it will be down here below. For download, when I come over here, show in the folder, I can just simply rename this to the name I want. I can say ceramic edited. Now, if you want to import an exported kit into your Elementor website, how do you do that? Let's come back here to our website. I'm going to exit this window. Under Elementor, come back here to Tools, and I'm going to say Import Export, and I'm going to say Import a template kit, and here I'll be able to select the file by browsing into my downloads folder, and I'll import this kit over here. Once you upload that file, it will ask you what you want to import over here. You can as well check what you want and uncheck what you don't want. So here you just say next. It will put together everything, and just a few seconds you'll be right there to go. So over here it has imported 2 posts and 7 pages and the site settings, all this over here. I can just simply say go back to dashboard. So now you've seen how you can actually import a template kit into your Elementor site. Just a few things to note is that if you're importing one in an already existing website, you'll have to go further and select the pages that belong to a specific section of our website and a few other things. But if you're not importing into an already existing website and you're importing into a fresh install of WordPress with a Hello theme, everything will just work out of the box. Just make sure that you create the menu and assign the necessary pages to that website or kit that you've imported. Anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you're new to the channel and if you like this video, please give it a like and also subscribe, because that actually helps me out. And don't forget to share this video with someone who you think it will help greatly.